Now this is Cover Vision, and this is how it's done. This is Cover Vision's #1.
Hello and welcome to another fabulous Club of Vision. I'm Jemma and this is Miss Barbie.
Hi, darling.
Hello, my co-presenter for the day. How have you been?
I've been very well, darling. Ministry of Sound last night, Divine Productions last night. I can hardly remember the rest.
Oh, well, that's a very good sign. That means you're in the perfect mood for a Club of Vision.
A very perfect mood.
Excellent, that's good, because later on we're going to be joining Lisa at all sorts of places, and if you've been to any of the following venues, you might be about to make your very first TV debut. Were you at the Seduction Weekender? Were you at Miss MoneyPenny's in Birmingham? Kelly's at Portrush, nice apt name there, or were you at Clockwork Orange? If you were, you'd better keep watching, because you could be the star of the show.
Clockwork Orange clique entertain one of their sought-after residencies here at the renowned Camden Palace in London. They interlink their nights with specially created themes, and tonight they proudly present Roma. The club is also lavishly themed in the style of old Rome. The Clockwork Orange was formed in '93 by the infamous Danny Gold and Andy Manston, and since then they have never looked back. I wonder what the lads are going to have to say for themselves.
Hi, my name's Tony DeVee and this is Camden Palace, Clockwork Orange, and you're watching Club of Vision.
Right, firstly start the ball rolling. Why do you call yourselves Clockwork Orange?
Right, the way the name actually came about was we was up London looking for a name to start our club with. The original idea we had was called Baby Love. A bit sad to say the least.
Baby Love?
Yeah, we was all in a shop looking in one of the photographic shops in Soho, and we just saw the original picture for Clockwork Orange, which is the glass and the teeth and all that, and we just all looked at each other and thought, Clockwork Orange.
What's your story then, Danny? Oh well. Right, moving on. What jobs did you do before promoting? Or ones that you'd admit to?
I used to work for NatWest basically for 7 years, that was it, I gave that up and then...
And what was your milkman then?
No, I was very something there, whatever it was.
What was that?
Quite sad, but I don't feel quite good now.
Alright, so what possessed you to choose careers in this field?
The way this actually, the reason that I left the bank was we got the opportunity to do Ibiza, which was through like Brandon Block in 1994. Up to that time it was sort of more of a pastime, you know, just for me and stuff. And then I just sort of decided, right, that's it, I've had enough. Gave my job up and off to Ibiza for the summer. And then like once we got back from there, it kicked off so well that we took it up full time.
You've reached the capacity crowd here again at Camden Palace. So what's the secret?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I certainly would, and that's what I'm asking.
Best you take a look down here.
Well, we're not going to find anything, so do you want to give us a serious answer? Would you ever consider doing a weekly resident
We are
club?
doing one.
You are?
But well,
so what is it then?
UK Midlands.
So that's going to be weekly, yeah?
Yeah, it's an actual new night. It's run in conjunction with Decadence, and that will start on February the 1st, 1997.
The notorious reputation as the lads follows you. So come on, Danny, tell us all about some of the worst bits.
Well, I really couldn't tell you, to tell the truth. I'm quite normal myself. I don't know why it perceives me in that kind of way, but people trying to think I'm normally like out of order and like that kind of guy.
Why do you think people say
But if I wasn't working, I'd be sitting in on the Friday night. I'd just sit on the Friday night, watch telly. I've got a normal route, I watch telly and I watch a video, I go to bed. I don't go out in the week or nothing like that. I stay in a help mum,
do the washing up, cook the dinner.
Well, I'd do that as well, it's my kind of job.
Oh, you ladies, I'm sure you'd love a husband like this, he'd be great.
That's kind of who I am, do you know what I mean? That's what I look like.
Right, also...
I'm with Frank Bruno, goes like that, it goes like this kind of... Why can't I do his voice? And I ain't very colour of skin, I ain't that kind of guy, do you know what I mean?
Right, Danny, you're a bit of a Casanova, aren't you?
Not really, no.
You are?
No, seriously, I'm not.
So come on, have you got any pulling tips for our viewers? They want to know how you pull.
That's what I mean, your partners.
Partners? You partiers?
Partners.
You guys have come a long way since your first party at Paddington 93. Has it all been worth it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
That, yeah. It's, I've
Can we
seen a lot
elaborate
of
on it a
things.
bit?
I've made a lot of new friends, you know. It's
Got a lot of
everything
fun on the
about,
way.
yeah, exactly. It's, you know, we're doing something we enjoy. We're getting paid to do it, you know. Paid
So what are your
well.
views on it, Danny? Do you love your job?
Danny.
Danny, the camera's there, darling. Do you want to tell everyone how much you love your job?
I love my job.
It's definitely been an experience. And,
I don't think so. I'm never ill. And at the end of the day,
thank you. See ya. Darling, guys, what do you like about Clockwork Orange?
Yeah, great atmosphere, really good crowd, top music.
What one word sums up Clockwork Orange?
Fun.
Outrageous.
Place to be, innit, you know what I mean?
Why's that?
Oh, there's plenty of birds, the music's good, goes on till 5, we love it, don't we?
So there's loads of talent and the music's great. And what do you say?
Yeah, I agree, do you know what I mean? Like, well, in the end of the day, like, it's got to be there, isn't it? You know what I mean? You've got to go Clockwork Orange, brother, on my life.
Well, this is my first time here, but I've heard from a lot of people that it's really good. I love the palace and the lineup is.
So you're impressed with it then?
Yeah, definitely.
And you've definitely come back?
Oh, most definitely, yeah.
So what are your chance of pulling then?
Well, wait and see.
On the rate from 1 to 10?
6.
And yours?
1.
1? He hasn't got a lot of confidence, has he? What do you look for in a man?
Sex.
What are the things that you look for in a woman?
The boob, the butt, and a nice little figure, you know.
What do you look for in a man? Or a woman? No. Just stick to the man.
Oh, either way, nice third bottom.
Nice perk bottom.
Good kisser.
What's that?
Good kisser.
Good kisser. Have you found one yet?
No comment.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. And you, young lady?
A nice, fit, tight body.
I think Dan goes a little bit ugly, you know, like, he's a little bit flash and that, you know what I mean? But he's got to calm
Well,
down.
just a bit like you.
Exactly, you know.
So what does your job actually entail here then, Ray?
Looking after everybody in here, making sure they don't get up to no mischief.
And is there any other trouble?
No, trouble-free zone.
We have the one and only Tony DeVee here. So, Tony, what is the strangest thing that you've seen in a club?
Strangest thing I've seen, oh well, I think it's got a closest trade where people are almost, one night it was so mental in there, people were almost having like full-blown sex on the dance floor with the smoke.
No, not possible.
Seriously, I came out after playing my set and I was like, Jesus Christ, it was a bit over the top. Probably one of the maddest things I think a lot of other people saw.
Very eye-opening.
Oh yeah, very. Was FF the night afterwards in the same building, Turnmill. Mrs Woods told me, she said, come down, hear me play. And I said, oh no, I'm always tired after trade, Sunday morning, I like to have my breakfast. And she said, if you come down to FF, I'll make you breakfast. And I said, okay, you're right.
And did
so
she?
We walked into FF, and there in the DJ box there was a bowl of cornflakes, milk, coffee, and a flask a lot. And I was sat in the DJ box in FF, everybody else totally nutty, going berserk. And I was eating a bowl of cornflakes, and people were just like, couldn't believe their eyes. So I think that must be one of the strangest things other people had seen.
Certain DJs have gone to work with artists such as U2, Oasis, Kylie. If you had the choice, which band would you like to collaborate with?
What about band? I think
Or
about
who?
that one. Yeah, who? I think it's probably got to be someone like the calibre of Elton John. He's been around such a long time, he's been around as nearly as long as I have. But he's done so much stuff, so versatile and just wicked tunes. He's just there. Elton John, I would
Bit of a fan of Elton John then?
Yeah, I could say so.
Okay, if you could remix any track that was ever made, going back years, what would it be and why?
I've always actually said, this is a funny one for me, because I actually had the opportunity and chickened out. My all-time favourite house club tune is Gat to Core, Passion. And the actual opportunity came up earlier this year, and we listened to it and looked at it again, and it's such a wicked, perfect tune. I actually turned it down and said no.
You can't remix it.
Because you can't remix it. For years I said that would be the tune. If I get the chance, Gat to Core, Passion would be the tune that I'd remix. And then I thought, no, leave it alone, it's perfect.
So Clockwork Orange look really good there, didn't it?
Oh, it looked lovely.
And good to see old Danny on form there, usually to be found with a camera stuck to his forehead.
Yeah, Danny and the Trixies.
I know, but he's always very smart, very well-dressed promoter, I find.
I think he's lovely looking man, lovely, tall and handsome.
Isn't he lovely? Right, okay, I've got some letters here, and I know this isn't Richard and Judy, but I think we should have a go at answering some anyway. Somebody has written in to tell me that they think that drag queens in clubs look absolutely amazing. How long does it take them to get ready?
Probably about 10 minutes.
Is that all,
10
really?
minutes. Well, between 10 and an hour.
Right, I mean,
It all
the longest
depends.
part is
Everyone's
deciding
different.
what to wear, isn't it?
I'm
Really?
normally getting ready on the M1 in the back of the car.
Oh, well, there you go,
So
you see?
it's different for everybody. I think the ones that she's referring to take a little bit longer because they have a lot more sequins put on their faces.
Right, I see. Okay, now listen to this. Dear Clubbervision, have you any tips on how much you can drink without being sick? I mean, what a question. All I can say really is don't mix your drinks, don't do backflips across the dance floor, don't drink creamy cocktails, but, you know, being sick's
I like
for
being
fun.
sick, yeah.
Yeah,
Just
it's
carry
all
on drinking, darling.
Yeah.
Just drink. There's a nice little way to sober up, but I can't tell you on camera.
No,
but,
not a good idea, not a good idea. Right now we're going somewhere very glamorous. It's Miss Moneypenny's in
fantastic.
Birmingham. Lisa's already there, so let's have a look.
Arse, fake, drink, lush, jellies. This hangover has been brought to you by Clubbervision.
Michael, Jim and Dermot Ryan identified an unexplored niche in the clubland market, and with that Miss Moneypenny's was born, a weekly event held here at the Bonds nightclub in Birmingham, attracting the creative and the professional dressers in the clubbing world. But a striking factor in which Miss Moneypenny's have always abided by is the props and the decor in which they fill their clubs with. And as the logo says, nobody does it better.
Come on, people, let's get down tonight. If I believe.
On the scene.
Not a face, but more of an arse on the scene.
What sort of answer is that?
You ask.
If you could sleep with any DJ or spend the night with any DJ, who would it be?
Not bloody Graham Park, he's bald.
Hello, girls. Hi. What's your name? Tracy. Becky. Right, I've got a couple of questions. The first question is, what is your favourite chat-up line?
Do you use your personality as a contraceptive?
Oh, smart answer. If you could spend the night with any DJ, who would it be?
Let me think. Chris Evans, maybe?
Yeah. And why's that?
He's got real ginger hair all over.
How do you know?
Well, he's a real ginger.
And what's your favourite position in the club?
Missionary fancy.
In my mind, feel the experience. Deep down inside my mind.
And I've got
Robbie.
Robbie, he's a roadie for Oasis. Anyway, I've got a couple of questions for you. What is the most outrageous thing you've ever done, Simon?
Most outrageous? So I think it was Dublin, Rob, wasn't it?
Well, what happened in Dublin?
I can't go into it.
You can.
I can't, it's too private. Just say Dublin, that's all I'm saying.
Simon says Dublin, whatever that means. And Simon, who is the most famous person that you've shared an intimate experience with?
I was in it.
I know, you man.
No.
Me! Tell you now, me.
It was in it.
Do you classify yourself as famous then?
No, very
Oh, he's put his foot in it then.
famous, yeah.
No, it was Boy George in here who was trying it on, he didn't know. And my wife was in it.
Didn't know what?
He didn't know I was straight and all that, and he's trying it on saying I got lovely hair and that, so he had to be told. Sorry about that, he started to muck around.
And if I could grant you one wish, Simon, what would it be?
One wish.
But he was sober, to tell you the truth, at the moment.
That's why he's not answering any questions.
He's just driven me here.
Mackenzie here, and he's going to ask a few questions for me. Hi Al.
Hello.
How are you?
Splendid.
Where have you travelled from?
Birmingham.
So you travelled from Birmingham to Birmingham?
Yep.
Oh, well, that's a long journey. Right, what is your favourite tune for 96? If you've got one.
Hector Hernandez, Sylvia's Feeling Groovy.
Feeling groovy. And what is the greatest accomplishment of your life?
Surviving 27 years.
Fair enough, I suppose, isn't it? And now, if I could grant you one wish, what would that be?
The treble for Hearts in Scotland football team.
I'm here, you're there, and this is Clubber Vision.
We've got Dave Seaman here. Hello, Dave.
Hello.
Welcome to Clubber Vision.
Thank you very much.
Right, tell us about your life before DJing.
Well, I started DJing when I was 13, so there wasn't much of a life before then, really. I was just doing the usual growing up thing. I started at the junior youth club, so did all the usual weddings and friends' birthday parties and things like that, so I've been DJing a long time.
You also worked with Mixed Mag, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I sort of DJed from 13 through to about 18, sort of moved up into doing pubs and things like that, and then...
As you do.
Yeah, and at 18 I moved down to London, so I stopped DJing more or less, started working for Mixed Mag, and did 3 years of that, didn't DJ at all. And then I did a job at Shelley's, one of the guys that worked for me at Mixed Mag who did the photography for me. He started Shelley's, and so she did 3 weeks out of the month, I did the other week, so sort of landed a plum job straight away.
Right, since you started DJing probably about 14 years ago, who would you quote as being your biggest inspiration?
I've no idea.
No idea?
The biggest
No
inspiration? Well, I suppose Graham Park was the first person that I went out religiously to see him every week at the Hacienda, sort of 88, 89. And,
you still go and see him?
Yeah, I see him occasionally on the circuit here sometimes. I saw him in Newcastle recently, we were DJing together. He was the first person that I sort of looked up at the DJ booth and thought, how on earth are you doing that? Yeah. And so I'd say Graham probably was the first person. But since then, there's lots of people that I admire. Yeah.
So what's been the most embarrassing moment in your DJing career?
The most embarrassing was probably one of the best as well. It sort of all rolled into one. I was in Scotland at the Rumba Club, which I play regularly, and they're a great crowd up there. And at the end of one of the nights, somebody came up to me and said, you know, come out onto the dance floor and have a dance for the last time. I thought, I won't be a party pooper, I'll go out. I get out on the dance floor, and then as soon as I got onto the dance floor, like 3 people lofted me up onto their shoulders, and there I was in the middle of the dance floor. The whole crowd looking at me and like clapping and chanting, and I just didn't know where to put myself really. I mean, it was a buzz. It was really nice, but it was very embarrassing at the same time. It's like, turn the lights down.
Dave, with Stress Records, what are your current and future plans?
Well, for sort of the first time this year, we actually put some records in the top 40, so that was really nice after like 5 years of hard graft. So just capitalise on that really. We've got a sort of strong roster of acts or so, that's what we think at the moment. So we just got to take them to album stage really, just carry on with the momentum we've got. I mean,
you're collaborating with Kylie as well at My Music.
Yeah, I'm doing the Kylie album for Deconstruction, so sort of busy doing that. It's going to sort of take up the rest of the year.
How do you think her last album differs from this new one?
Well, it's very much more to do with her, this one. The last album I think was necessary because she made the sort of slight transition from the PWL empire into the deconstruction of the dance thing. But it was a mishmash of ideas really. I think they were trying out lots of different things, and so the album was slightly incoherent, I think, whereas this time she's been involved from word go. She's written 90% of it really. So it's very much her album, yeah. So.
Okay, how do you decide whether to remix a track or not?
whether we like it or not.
Whether
whether we think that there's a job to be done. I mean, you might get offered something where you think it's a brilliant track, but what's the point in remixing it if you think it's brilliant as it is?
Yeah.
If it's a track that we really like but it's not fulfilled its potential, or we see a different angle on it, then we'll do it. Although we haven't really remixed much this year at all, so.
Before I go any further, I'd like to remind you that you can buy Club of Vision at any Virgin Megastore, and if you want to subscribe to volumes 1 to 4, you still can. All you have to do is phone 0171 613 4868. And Club of Vision is a mere snip at £5.99, which is actually less money than you paid to get into a club anyway. It's very good, isn't it?
Fantastic price.
So go out and buy it. Do you like my clipboard? Very official this
It
one,
is, isn't it? You're very official.
I know, because I've got some questions probably written down, which I've actually prepared.
Go on, love, fire away.
Okay, the first one is, if you were on a desert island and you could only take 2 people with you and 2 records, what would they be?
We're probably, oh God.
Difficult one, I know.
Nicky Holloway, because he likes to chat all the time, and I like him.
He likes a good chat.
I'd probably have to take my mate Craig Jensen because he drives.
Right.
And 2 records, probably Outrage, Tall and Handsome,
Oh,
and
excellent record.
one of my own singles, Miss Barbie, Dr. Pleasure, Contagious.
Excellent. And you've just made an album, haven't you? It's a
Yeah.
bit different to your
It's a
the
bit
sort of music
peculiar.
that's normally associated with you.
Yeah, it's trip hop, drum and bass ambience, which sounds quite a big scoop, but it is very much in that area.
And you're very happy with it.
Yeah, it's all chilled. It's there'll be a single coming off it, which is going to be mixed by Baby Doc.
Brilliant.
Which will be out later on next year, and it features SJ on the vocals.
Brilliant.
Who's in the club charts, I think, at the moment with Fever.
That sounds great. Now,
Yeah,
what are the
quick bizarre.
best and worst aspects of your job?
Oh, the best has got to be the money. I love the money.
Gosh, the spondoon.
Always the money, and also the just meeting millions of people. I mean, wherever you go, just different types of people, whether good or bad. I enjoy meeting them.
Yeah.
The worst aspect's probably trucking up and down that motorway.
Yeah, travelling.
It's just travelling. I mean, you tend to go like to Istanbul for one night,
Yeah.
and it sounds fantastic
Sounds
and
very
exciting.
glamorous, but I can imagine.
But when you've got 2 record boxes and loads of bags, and you're there for like 2 hours before you start working.
Yeah.
And
Oh, after a
flying
night
back.
of clubbing as well, the last thing I feel like is actually
Well,
travelling
it's
anywhere.
not just the clubbing, it's when you go abroad, it's all the socialising you have to do.
Oh, that you have to do.
You do, otherwise people think you're really moody, and I'm not a moody, I like to party,
Yeah.
so, and there's always good parties afterwards, so it ends up being the whole night,
That's
which doesn't
because a
help.
lot of DJs actually tend to go into clubs, play their set, and then they go home again. Whereas I think it's better if a DJ hangs
Well,
out in a club, gets the atmosphere.
I mean, it all depends on how many clubs you're playing that night. I
Right,
mean,
yeah.
if you turn up and you're working and then you have to leave, you have to leave. But if I'm not going anywhere or I have time to hand, I'm always hanging out.
Right.
I love hanging out.
Okay.
I love drinking.
I like to drink this one.
Mm.
Now, what's the most bizarre person that you've ever met in a club? Or ever seen in a club?
Prince, probably, yeah.
Prince? Which
yeah.
club was that at?
Embarrassingly, at Brown's. Which is a bit of a nut.
He's only little, isn't he?
He's tiny.
Was he giving it some on the dance floor?
Yeah, he's doing all his little...
With his little boots?
Yeah, he was on his own as well. Well, I mean, I think his friends were upstairs, but he was kind of...
Going for it?
Yeah. Nice, very nice to see.
Yeah?
You
No,
see loads
that's
of
quite an
people,
amazing
yeah.
person to see in a club.
Mm.
I think probably my mum would be my least favourite.
Oh, I've seen my mother on the dance floor. It's not
Really?
a pretty sight.
Oh, bless her though. She's having a good
lovely,
time.
though.
Excellent. Now I've got to make a phone call now if you don't mind.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to try and get in touch with Lisa, find out
Oh,
exactly
yeah.
what she's up to.
See where she is. Dial that number.
Oh, it's ringing. Makes a change.
Hello? I'm in Northern Ireland. Well, my first port of call is Pulse Clothes Shop here in Belfast, and later on be visiting the famous Kelly's nightclub in Portrush. But guess who's given us VIP treatment for the day?
Who? Colin Hamilton and Alan Simpson? Bye!
How does she know? This is Colin Hamilton and Big Al, the promoters at Kelly's nightclub in Portrush. They're going to go and try some club wear on at this designer clothes shop and also give us an insight to what their club is all about. You go inside?
Indeed.
So, Colin, do you think Lush is the appropriate name?
Yeah, you'll find everything about the club, from the decor, the atmosphere, the people that come to the club, the DJs that play at the club.
Take a seat, yeah?
Yeah, could all be described as lush.
Luscious.
Luscious.
Okay, reviewing your clubland history, you lived and worked out in Liverpool. Is that where you started your promoting career?
Yeah, sort of. That was like back 85, 86, and the day like hip hop and electro and that type of thing. Basically, just brothers, a mate of mine's brother ran a club. And we basically just did all the usual giving out flyers and getting punters in and out, that type of thing. So basically, just learnt the ropes from an early age. And
all that at 10 years old.
All that at 10 years old. Served behind the bar, yeah. So learned the ropes from an early age and just been at it ever since.
So Alan, how would you compare Northern Ireland clubbers to the rest of the UK?
Northern Ireland clubbers? Well, Northern Ireland clubbers, as you'll find out tonight, really know how to enjoy themselves. I think the mainland, England, whatever, has become
quite a reputation, haven't they?
Well, England's become sort of like it's corporate clubland. People don't go out unless they're on the guest list. They don't go out unless they're wearing the right clothes. Whereas Northern Ireland, in a way, was starved for so long of big names. You know, so many people just didn't come to Northern Ireland for obvious reasons.
There's not really a lot going on in Ireland, really, is there?
Well, there is now.
There is now.
I assure you, and that's why people in Northern Ireland, the clubbers, whenever they go out to enjoy themselves. You know, big style.
Ireland is the clubbing capital of the world at the minute.
Think so?
Yeah, definitely.
You're going to prove that
too tonight. Ask any DJ that comes to Ireland what he thinks of it.
Right, let's bring Marie over. Marie is one of the partners here at Pulse. How are you?
All right.
How many outlets do you have?
We'll have 2.
You have 2. And how long have you been established?
We've been established for 5 years, but we've been in this particular shop for 8 months.
8 months.
Yeah.
Okay, what sort of designer labels do you stock?
We do men's and ladies diesel, we do gas, we do Tom's Barbie, we do Dexter Wall, we do a lot of...
You've got lots and lots and lots then. Come on then. Is this the diesel selection here? Let's have a look. What have we got here? There's a men's and a women's shop as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is some of the women's stuff. Very funky. What else we got? Little skirts. What sort of prices do these range at then?
Well, this one is 60.
That's very reasonable, very reasonable. Let's move on what we've got here. We've got the bags as well. So what type of customers do you attract?
All types. From
all types. Clubbers.
Clubbers, the solicitors, the...
Smart, everything. Okay, brilliant. What we're going to do now is we're going to have our own little fashion show, and we're going to get Colin and Alan to try on some clothes, and maybe we'll get Wendy back there to try on some clothes as well. So we're going to cut there for a minute.
What are you raggedy?
Oh, it suits you, sir.
Suits me, sir. Feel the quality, feel the quality. That's all fluffy.
I've just stolen one of Marie's shop assistants. Kerry, she's in here trying some clothes on, so she'll see what she looks like. Kerry? Oh, wow, she looks fab. So what designer is this then?
Westaway.
Westaway. And how much can people come in and buy this for?
£80.
£80. Do a little spin for us. One that lives in Belfast, get down to Pulse. I'm off now for my second port call at Kelly's in Portrush. We'll be back after the break, so keep watching.
You can send your letters to Jemma Jane, and it's Club of Vision, Unit 4, Perseverance Works, 38 Kingsland Road, London E28DA.
Danny Rampling's Love Group Dance Party Volumes 3 and 4 is the preferred rendition of the times. On CD1, the Love Group Dance Party features Byron Stingley, The Absolute, and the undisputed summer anthem from Tori Amos. On CD2, things get a little more steamy with Left Field and the smash hit 7 Days and 1 Week from BBE. The Love Group Dance Party Volumes 3 and 4 available with exclusive hologram CDs and fancy packaging out now.
Lush is Northern Ireland's biggest nightclub to date. The first purpose-built multi-club to include 13 bars, 6 floors, a 20k system, and some coal. Lush is one of the 3 clubs housed in Kelly's. What are the other clubs and how do they differ?
Well, Lush is only, as I say, one part of Kelly's. Kelly's is actually a huge complex, as you'll find out later. We have a restaurant here, have a hotel, 13 bars, and the other clubs. The other clubs
That's
more
pretty big, isn't it?
It's quite a large place. Wednesday night, average Wednesday night, 2,500 mad for it. Students, £1 admission price, drinks promos.
Bargain.
Students going absolutely ape up for it.
Is it always busy as well?
It's very, very busy. Yeah, we have students even travelling from Belfast on a Wednesday night just to come here, even though there's so much further in Belfast, they'll still come here, more or less for the atmosphere. And it's just it's a crazy crowd, and they're getting a bargain of a night out, you know. Saturday night, it's more or less the other parts of the club are commercial. Friday night with indie bands, and again a bit in the commercial side, whereas Lush is more specific in the market that it's geared to. It's an upmarket clubber sort of setup, if you know what I mean. It's more stylized.
Is this the only thing around Portrush?
Well, it's the only purpose-built, and it was the first purpose-built house club in Northern Ireland. There's a lot of small venues within venues doing one-off things, but we're the first people to actually build a purpose-built club in the actual complex, geared for house music.
What does Lush have to offer that would appeal and attract clubbers from other countries?
Atmosphere,
the beach,
golf course. It's in Ireland, an excuse to come to Ireland. Double drinks, basically atmosphere. You know, a lot of clubs in England, and
Is it all double shots here then?
everyone's double shots. If you get a whiskey in England, the same whiskey over here, you get a double. So that's the main reason to
Is it
come.
the same price as well?
Same price as well, if not cheaper. But main thing would be atmosphere. Most of the clubs in England, it's a bit, you know, seen it before, done it, been there.
Yeah.
Over here, it's people coming, as soon as you come in the door, they're straight on the dance floor. You know, some of the big name DJs only have to walk in the DJ box and the place are up, cheering and clapping. You know, you never get that in England. Basically, people are a lot
Sasha
more
got a standing ovation before he even started playing.
Even played a record, so
Oh really?
how often do you get that in
The only
England?
thing is though, it shuts quite early, doesn't it?
It does, shuts at 1:30, but then again, on a big night like tonight, doors open at 8:30, the place is rammed by 9:30, 10 o'clock. Whereas in
People
England,
tend to come out earlier then.
people come out earlier and enjoy themselves more. In England, you're maybe not going out of the house at 11, 12 o'clock, so
Probably 1, 2.
that's it. It's a lot, you know, people come, as soon as they come in the doors, they're straight, you know, because it shuts early, as soon as they get in, they're out to enjoy themselves, so I think that's why the atmosphere is so good. So probably, although it is a hindrance, it probably helps in a way as well.
Talking about England, out of all the promotions and clubs in England, which is your favourite?
Oh dear.
Who's listening and who's not listening? We love them all, honestly.
Who are we going to upset here?
You know who you like and I know who I like. Go on.
Business-wise, from a business point of view, it has to be cream. Everyone's out here is always giving off to me for cream this, cream that, but from a business point of view, from started off from nothing and built it up to like one of the biggest businesses in the UK, you have to take your hat off to them. Atmosphere point of view, like a club for life, with Brandon, Lawrence, people like that. You know, they're mad party animals, same as ourselves. Any club that really does it right and does it for the right reasons, and
does it for the people.
Does it for the love of doing it. All these 10 o'clock clubs that ring us saying, right, we're doing this club tour and that club tour, and we want 10 grand and 5 grand. That, you know, they're not doing it for the right reasons. Anyone that's running the club for the love of the music and to have a good night out, then that's fine by me.
Do you think that you'll ever take Lush on tour?
Can't really see it. The whole thing about Lush is Kelly's, Lush is that.
Well, Lush is Kelly's in Portrush in Northern Ireland. That's all the little parts of the pie that make it Lush. You know, you take it away from here, I don't really think that it would work. I can't see it working in England for the sake that there's not enough Irish people.
Not enough Irish people, not enough decent clubbers. Oh, we shouldn't say that. Not enough upright clubbers to come to. Yeah, that's the thing.
No, we love the English rugby.
People have offered us club tours, and you say, well, what are we getting for this club tour? And they say, well,
8 banners,
two DJs and a couple of banners, and we want like 5 grand and 20 flights for our mates. You know, it's all like not doing it for the right reasons. Lush is Lush, and it always will be. You know, it wouldn't work at another venue.
So you're going to stay put for a while then?
Stay put for a while.
We're happy here.
Why move whenever we've got the best club in Ireland?
Being the epitome of Northern Ireland's clubland, have you ever held any parties that have flopped, or have you ever done anything that you've regretted?
Many times. Everyone has to, like, you can't say
things can only get worse.
No promoter worth his teeth can say he's never lost money or never put on a bad night. It's just part of the business, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know, a lot of nights work and a lot of them don't work, but it's hindsight, isn't it? We knew what he knew now.
Well, the example has to be D-Ream, doesn't it? Who were at this stage #1 on the charts. Pete Kunis locally, he comes from half an hour away. We put tickets on sale and they sold 1 ticket in his town. 1 ticket. That's been
so obviously D-Ream are a popular band.
But 1 bad night out of 473 good nights isn't a bad ratio, really.
Plus other venues, you know, outside of Kelly's have put on club nights at other venues that haven't worked, and you know, loads of everything, same as everyone else, I suppose, the wrong place at the wrong time and that type of thing, but few and far between, shall we say. The good ones outweigh the bad ones.
I'm about to enter the zone of euphoric mayhem. Shall we see how friendly and up for it the Irish clubbers actually are? here at Lush?
Brilliant.
What is your idea of having a good time?
Going clubbing.
Going clubbing?
Kelly's.
Sorry?
Kelly's or Lush.
If you could change anything about the club scene here in Ireland, what would it be?
No.
Have you ever tried to flag it on a door and succeeded? I know you have.
Every week.
Go on, tell us a funny story then.
Oh dear, what can I say? Every single week we come up, the bouncers know we're coming, they have bets on what we're going to wear, and they usually win.
Okay, what do you do after the club shuts? Because it shuts quite early over here, doesn't it?
Yeah, we usually go partying to someone's house.
Is there always parties going on then?
Yeah.
Yeah, so where are you off to tonight?
Don't know yet.
See what happens.
She's having a party in her house.
Alright, so it's all off back to hers then. I believe that you're producing a new track for Lush, aren't you?
We are. We're doing hopefully 3 over the next year, reflecting what the club is doing and producing over the next sort of maybe 7-8 months.
So when can they expect it out in the shop?
Well, they're hearing it in the floors already, but I think we're in the shops in the 2nd week of January for the first of the Lush singles.
This is Brandon Block on Clockwork and we're rootin' tootin'.
And that was Brandon Block, who I hear is actually going to be bringing out a health and fitness video soon.
Brandon.
Brandon Block. Okay, it's competition time. I'm sorry, Barbie, we've got to give it away.
I'm sorry, darling.
Okay, it's a Sony PlayStation is the prize for this month. Last month's prize winner, though, is going to flash up on your screens now. Lucky you. You won the video and all those other goodies that I modelled last month, okay? Now, this month you can win Sony PlayStation, and this is the game that you win with it, Crash Bandicoot. And the question is, it's a bit of a silly one, Miss Barbie does have a husband, but what should he be called? Is it A, Kenneth, B, Ken, or C, Kevin? You can also win, runners-up win anyway, these trainers, which are quite funky, and they're actually green flash, which I associate with playing netball at school, but these are a bit trendier.
Nice?
They're
Dunlop.
very nice.
I thought they made balls.
Oh, darling.
Yeah.
No, they make trainers as well, and you can win them if you're a runner-up. And you can also win, where do I get these goodies from? A green flash record band. Would you use that to put your records in?
It's a bit thin, but yes, I probably would when it opens out.
Take
Oh, it's
3
really
records.
nice. Green
No,
flash.
It's nice. It's nice, isn't
Very
it?
nice.
Now, answers have to go on a postcard this time. Don't phone up. Answer on a postcard to Club Vision Competition, Unit 4, Perseverance Works, 38 Kingsland Road, London E2 8DA. And remember to state your shoe size in case you win the trainers. Right, now we're going to the Seduction weekend where they had the pleasure of living in porter cabins for a couple of nights.
Very nice.
No, it's a good laugh. And what else have we got?
We've got Pete Tong's Top 5 Flora Filler hits.
I can't
Forever
say it
banging
either.
on the
That's why
dance
I got her
floor.
to say it. Top 5 floor fillers.
Floor fillers.
The Seduction crew, who are responsible for the Canberra Weekenders, plus the equally famous all-nighters in Kent, have invited us to their 4th House Music Weekender at the UK's most luxurious award-winning holiday complex. It's the Vauxhall Park Holiday Centre in Great Yarmouth, a weekend of non-stop house and dance music with 2 arenas, a multi-million-pound water park featuring over 22 of the UK's finest DJs.
Brandon, you went out to Ibiza as per usual this year. How did it compare with previous summers?
Well,
Of
course it compares. I mean, I had a good time. People were moaning that it wasn't what they expected or it wasn't how it should be, but, you know, they do that, and in my opinion, you should just go and have a good time. Basically, there was enough
But
going
a lot
on.
of people keep going over there.
Yeah,
hearing about
but
it, so.
well, yeah. I mean, I don't know what they do expect, but there was too much going on, in my opinion. The promoters, there was too many clubs to choose from, and you know, the ones that they went to, which didn't happen, they thought it would, and it was basically overrun. Just with promoters, there weren't enough people.
What was the best promotion out there, did you think?
I don't know. Well, Manumission's obviously the busiest. Up Your Ronson did well. Clockwork Orange probably was the best.
You play for them?
Yeah. But I mean, it was San Antonio crowd, but you know, it was packed, and everyone just, you know, really goes mad in there.
What part of the world do you think will be having it next?
I couldn't say. I mean, I've been.
We want to hear your predictions, though. What do you think?
Can't predict anywhere. I mean, I don't know. I've been to it. I mean, South America's going. All that. I mean, everywhere's having the club scene, isn't it? I mean, but all the places abroad are actual resorts, as opposed to being a whole country of clubbers. Like, it's a holiday resort, so it's like, you know, people go there to do that one thing.
Would you like to progress even further in your DJing career, or are you a man that lives for the moment?
I think Sophie said I live for the moment.
The award you won from Music Magazine this year at the ceremony, it was well publicised. Do you think you deserved that award?
I did.
Of course you did.
It's not the best thing to be proud of, but you know, it's quite fun, isn't it?
Well, it's been a pleasure, Brandon.
It's been always a pleasure seeing you.
Thank you, and I'll probably see you very, very soon.
Hope so.
What is the attraction of spending an entire weekend in the clubbing environment with crazy people?
It's like a holiday. It's just doing nutty things you'd never do for a whole weekend.
And your views? Exactly the same. What are the 5 essential items that you've taken with you for this weekend?
Myself.
That's 1.
Myself.
That's 2.
Myself.
They're all the same.
Myself.
Yeah?
And my car.
If you could spend a night with any DJ, who would it be?
All of them.
And it's wicked. It's wicked. It's wicked. Lovely.
Cool. Laters.
Bye.
Hi, I'm here with Dean Lambert in the Club Vision mobile studio. Hi, Dean.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
Or should I call him Baked Bean Lambert?
No. Dean the Bean in the washing machine.
Who named you that?
My mum.
Your mum?
Bless her.
Oh, that's sweet.
She loves me.
Dean, earlier this year, you gave trouble gathering your services by dancing completely naked on the tables and performing your party tricks.
Who
Is this
told
true?
you that? No, not true. Who told you that?
No, I'm only joking.
No.
But you did play an amazing 16-hour set, didn't you? Is that
hours.
your all-time record?
Yep.
It is. What was it like?
Unbelievable non-stop party.
Really?
I went in
with like there.
Went in with a crate of lager and come out naked.
16 hours is a long time.
5 boxes of records.
5 boxes of records. And you played every tune?
Every tune.
4 years ago, you were England's #1 hardcore duo. But the scene's obviously changed quite a bit since then. What are you guys up to these days?
All right. A lot of people have wondered, so we clear it up now, because I know a lot of you have been wondering.
They want to know,
what happened to Ratpack? Where did we go? Well, put yourself in our shoes, right? We played every major venue there is in England. We played everywhere there is to play, had our name on every flyer, and you can only go so far. So we decided, instead of just being limited to England, we decided to move international. We're now signed with a German company called Logic BMG, and we tour all around the world. We're like right across Europe. We've just been at number 12 in the Billboard in America, and we're just doing bigger and better things now. We do exclusive parties like the Hair Seduction. We like to come back and do like some of the things that remember that were good. You know, so that people still remember we're around, so they don't think that we're totally gone. So we come back and we do bits and pieces.
And we're doing we're also doing a lot on the recording side, like whereas DJing, you know, like Everson said, it can only take you so far. But a lot of it as well is we're also musicians, and Everson's a singer, and we like to do a lot of our own productions. So
you're the DJ and he's the singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so but he's not just a DJ, he's also a keyboard player and very talented programmer.
Musician, yeah. Now, quite a few years down the line, we've got the men here themselves with the a cappella version of Searching for My Rizzler, live and exclusive on Club Vision. Take it away, boys.
Right, we're going to do this for you.
remix. Now I was standing in the corner, I was searching for my Rizzler. I had some. How's your father? I needed to get higher, so I went into the corner with my Rizzler and my Fanta. Built another split until I was totally out of my head. Cause Ratpack's rocking and we're shocking. We keep the party moving. Now everybody jumping while the whistle puff is blowing. We go into the corner with the Rizzler and the Fanta. Build another split until we're totally out of our heads. The road we used to walk.
Organises Seduction with Brian, isn't it?
It is with Brian. I don't know where Brian is. He's disappeared off the face of the planet. At the moment, he's disappeared.
On the face of the planet?
Or even the face of the planet, even.
Anyway, right, I want to know, how did the idea of Seduction come about, the Weekenders?
The Weekend has been going for a long time, and we started running...
How long?
The Weekenders really started with the Caister Weekend, the Soul one, in 1979. And since then there have been various organisations organising weekenders in various camps around the country.
You do Caister Weekenders as well?
Yeah, we took over the running of Caister a couple of years ago, and we started Seduction simply because this is a fantastic holiday camp. It's a great site, it's got great facilities, and we just wanted to do more things here, and doing a house weekender was the obvious choice.
Tong's top 5 floor fillers for this month are number 1,
Ride a Rocket by Lithium.
Number 2 is
Take Me by the Hand by Submerge.
Number 3 is
Say My Name by Z.
Number 4 is
Siobhan by Furry Windmill.
And number 5 is Match Carpet Ride by Mighty Dubcats Fatboy Slim Mix. You can catch Pete live on Radio 1 on Fridays between 7 and 10 PM for the Essential Selection, and on Saturdays between 2 and 4 AM for the Essential Mix.
So that's it for this edition, I'm afraid. It just makes me exhausted watching Lisa go to all those clubs. But me and Lisa will be back next month, as will Miss Barbie and lots of other promoters and DJs. And we're not filming the next edition here.
Oh, you're off the sofa?
I'm off the sofa. They're letting me out. It's going to be somewhere very exciting, and I'm not going to tell you where it is.
Oh.
You've just got to subscribe to it. Thank you very much for coming
Thank you for having me.
And before you go, I want to ask you one last question. Okay, if you weren't a DJ, what would you be?
I'll probably be a pianist from the National Philharmonic Orchestra.
Oh, you've got to be very careful how you say that word.
Naughty word.
Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.